Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of valuation, how to get the right value of your property. So till now in the lecture series of valuation, we have covered like cost, price, value, what is valuation, factors affecting the value of a property, then we have seen purpose or objectives of the valuation. Then in the second lecture of the valuation lecture series, we have seen mortgage, freehold, leasehold, net income, gross income, outgoings. Then in the third session of the lecture series, we have started discussing about depreciation, obsolescence, type of depreciation, types of obsolescence, methods for calculating depreciation, straight line method of depreciation. And just in the previous session, we have covered the numericals regarding straight line method. Then we have learned another method called as constant percentage method. And then we have seen the numericals based on constant percentage method. Today we are going to see sinking fund method and numericals based on sinking fund method. Sinking fund is the third method of calculating the depreciation. So if you have not covered up first two methods, which were straight line method and constant percentage method, kindly watch them in the previous lectures and then come back to this session. So starting our session with sinking fund method. In this method, the depreciation of the property or the building is assumed to equal to the annual sinking fund plus the interest on that sinking fund for that year. I am repeating again that in this method, the depreciation of the property or the building is assumed as to be equal to annual sinking fund plus the interest on that sinking fund for that year. That means the depreciation equals to annual sinking fund plus the interest on that sinking fund for that particular year. So this is how you are going to calculate the depreciation by sinking fund method. Now, to explain this concept in detail, let us look at an example. Suppose that capital A is the sinking fund which you are keeping aside at every year. That is the same amount you are going to keep aside as a sinking fund. That is capital A. Now small b, c, d and so on, that are the rate of interest which you are gaining on that sinking fund for consecutive years. Capital C is your original cost. So now let us prepare a table as here shown in slide. Starting with the first column, that is life. The second is annual sinking fund. Third is the interest. Fourth column is depreciation. Fifth column is total depreciation. And the last column is of book value. Now, at the 0th year, there is no annual sinking fund. There is no interest. There is only original cost of the property or the building. So, at 0th year, there will be only value C. Now, at the first year, you will paying, at the end of first year, you will be paying annual sinking fund, that is capital A. Here, at the end of first year, you are just paying your first installment of the sinking fund, that is capital A. So, the interest on that capital A will be getting in the second year. So, in first year, you will be getting no interest. So, in the column of interest, I put dash. Then, the total depreciation. Earlier, there was no depreciation. So, at the first year, there will be depreciation equals to A. So, the total depreciation will be A. So, the book value will be C minus A. Now, at the second year, you will again, again there is a sinking fund of A. Now, the interest on that first year will be small b. So, depreciation on second year will be A plus B. Original depreciation was A. In this particular year, the depreciation is A plus B. So the total depreciation will become A plus small b, that is 2A plus small b. So the book value will become C minus 2A plus B. Now again for third year, again there will be a sinking fund capital A. Now rate of interest will be small c. So for that individual year, the depreciation will be A plus C. Or in the last depreciation was 2A plus B. Current year's depreciation is A plus C. So it will be 3A plus B plus C. So the book value will be C minus into bracket 3A plus B plus C. And so on. This will be going on. So I hope we are clear about what sinking fund method is and how to calculate the depreciation from sinking fund. But the question remains the same, that how to determine this capital A. Capital A is your sinking fund. So how to determine this capital A? What is the value of this capital A? So for that, and also how to calculate this interest? How will you get the value of A? See, original cost will be in the question itself. So here our point of concentration is how to find out this capital A and how to find out this interest values small b, c and d. So for that, here are the two formulas which we need to remember to calculate the sinking fund as well as to calculate the interest. This is one of the important formulas to understand the method of sinking fund. Let us start. If the rate of interest is I, annual sinking fund installment P to accumulate 1 rupees will be P equals to I upon 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. I am repeating again. What is the sentence of the formula? That if the rate of interest is I, and if you want to accumulate 1 rupees, so how much rupees you should deposit? Annual sinking fund to accumulate 1 rupees. To accumulate, that means to get. So in a simpler terms, let me revise that sentence. To get the 1 rupees at the end of n years, having rate of interest I, how much rupees should I invest? That is our P formula. We'll call it P formula. So P formula is I upon 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Now second formula, that is if the rate of interest is I, 1 rupees is deposited every year, so how much sinking fund should be accumulated at the end of n years? So that is Q formula. The formula is 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. Exactly reverse of P formula. Now what is Q formula is saying? Repeat with me. Q formula is saying that if I deposit 1 rupees as a sinking fund every year, what will I get at the end of n years? In the P formula, the scenario was reversed. That how much amount should I invest to get 1 rupees at the end of n years? Here, I am depositing 1 rupees at every year. How much money I will get at the end of n years? So, when you want to get something at the end of n years, that is P formula. And if you are investing a certain amount at the end of every year and you want to get total amount, you apply Q formula. So this presence of mind you need to have with you while doing the numericals of sinking fund, that where to apply this P formula and where to apply this Q formula. So now let us look at a numerical based on sinking fund method. We are doing the same numerical which we have started in the straight line method, but now we are doing it as a method of sinking fund. A needle vibrator is being purchased at 24,000 rupees. The useful life is 6 years and the scrap value of 6,000 rupees. Calculate the book value at the end of each year and calculate the depreciation with the method of sinking fund. The only additional data given is the rate of interest is 5%. Because in earlier two methods, there was no mentioning of rate of interest. So the additional data is given to us that rate of interest is 5%. So here the given data will be C equals to 24,000, S equals to 6,000. So C minus S will become 18,000, N is 6 years, and the rate of interest I is 5%. Now, first of all, we need to calculate the annual installment of the sinking fund, which is here I. Now, here your textbook is representing sinking fund in two notations. In theory, it is capital A as we have seen in table, but while doing the numerical, the installment of the sinking fund becomes capital I. So you can write it as capital I or capital A, both of are the same. So here we are finding that how much amount we should invest to get something at the end of n years. This is something similar to P formula, that how much sinking fund we should put to get 1 rupees at the end of n years. So to get the value of annual sinking fund, we need to apply the P formula. What was P formula? I upon 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. Here, but that will be a factor, that is P formula is a factor. On what amount? C minus S amount. So C minus S into I upon 1 plus I raised to n minus 1. So now we have all the formula. We have C, we have S, we have I, we have n. Putting all those values in the formula, we'll get the sinking fund value as 2,646.31 rupees. You can round it off, but I advise not to round it off and write the value as it is, 2,646.31 rupees. I am repeating it again that the statement of P formula was how much amount should I deposit to get the 1 rupees at the end of n years. So here we are finding that how much sinking fund we should invest or we should keep aside. So this is similar to P formula. So I have applied the P formula. Now I have to calculate the interest on that sinking fund, because this 2,646 rupees is constant for every year sinking fund. So let us calculate the interest now. Now if you recall the table, the interest will be applicable from the second year. So I am calculating the interest from second year. Now here, let us see the scenario. Understand this. You are investing 2,646 rupees as sinking fund. How much interest you will get? This is similar to the Q formula. Recall the Q formula. What was it? What it was saying? That if I deposit 1 rupee every year, how much money I will get? So here you are investing your 2,600 every year. How much interest you will get? So to find the interest, we will apply the Q formula. So the Q formula, and on what amount Q formula? On the sinking fund. So the sinking fund was 2,646 rupees. Having Q formula 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. So we'll get the value of 5,424.93 rupees. Check that value again. 5,424.93 rupees. That means if I invest 2,600, I'll get the interest as 5,000. Every one of us will stop working and start investing in this kind of thing, that invest 2,600 and get the interest 5,400. This is the total amount at the end of second year. This includes your capital also. So to determine the interest, we have to subtract the original capital which we have invested. So to get the interest for second year, we will have invested 2 times sinking fund. So to get the interest, we have to subtract 2 times 2,600 value to get the interest. So as you can see, the interest for second year will be only 132.32 rupees. Now to get the book value, I have already prepared a table. As you can see that at the second year, at the 0th year, there will be only original cost. At the first year, there will be only sinking fund, so the book value will be C minus A. Now in the second year, again you will have an annual sinking fund. You have interest 132 rupees. So the total depreciation will be 2,777 rupees something. Then the total depreciation, the initial depreciation was 2,646. This is 2,777. So the total depreciation will become 5,424.93 rupees. Now to get the book value, subtracting this from the original cost, you will get the book value 18,570 rupees for second year. I hope you are getting my point very clearly. Now let us move forward. Same as calculating the interest for third year. Here again, the interest for third year, I have the formula that 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I. But in this formula, n should not be the total life. Here, if I am finding the interest for second year, n will be 2. Here I am finding the interest for third year, n will be 3. That is so common, so obvious that for what year you are finding, n will be that year. So for third year, I'll get the total value at 8,342 rupees and something. Now this is inclusive of capital. You have invested 3 times capital for third year. So subtracting 3 times of our annual sinking fund will get the amount of interest as 403.56 rupees. Now for the book value, I'm continuing that table as you can see above this table. Now at the end of third year, the book value will become 15,657 rupees. But we have to go till 6th year. This is only for third year. So let us move forward. The same process for fourth year, that Q factor 1 plus I raised to n minus 1 upon I, but n will be 4. Annual sinking fund is 2,646.31 rupees. So at the end of fourth year, you will get the amount 11,406 rupees. This is again inclusive of your capital. That means inclusive of the sinking fund. At the fourth year, you have invested 4 times of sinking fund. So subtracting it, you will get 820.76 rupees as your interest. Now put that into our table. That at the end of fourth year, you have invested 2,600 as sinking fund. Interest is 820 rupees. So the total the depreciation for that year will be 2,643 rupees plus 820 rupees. The depreciation till last year was 8,342 rupees, and this year the depreciation is 3,467 rupees. So the total depreciation up to fourth year will become 11,406 rupees. So now the book value will become 12,594 rupees. This is for fourth year. Let us look at for fifth year. So for fifth year, you will get the total value as 14,622.53 rupees. Now this is inclusive of capital. So 5 times deducting the 2,641 rupees, 46 rupees. So we'll get the interest value as 1,391 rupees. So the book value at the end of fifth year will become 9,377 point something rupees. So I hope we are clear about the calculation of fifth year. Moving forward, last sixth year. So at the end of sixth year, you will get the total value as 18,000 rupees and deducting 6 times our sinking fund, you will get 2,122 rupees of interest. Now, putting these final values in the table, I have prepared a separate table. Till now, I was preparing table in the particular calculation. Now, I prepared the final total separate table. Let us look at that. So, as you can see, at the end of useful period of life, the amount remaining in the book value is equal to the scrap value. So this is how you are going to calculate the annual sinking fund and interest on annual sinking fund. Let us see another example. So the question says that a person purchased a building of the having cost 2,50,000 rupees. Having the cost of land 50,000 rupees. If the life of the building is 30 years and the rate of interest is 6%, find the annual sinking fund installment and assume the scrap value as 10% of the total cost of the construction. See, here there are too much of data. Let me simplify. The cost of the building is 2,50,000, but that is inclusive of cost of land. So the cost of land is 50,000. So the cost of construction will become 2 lakh only. Life of the building N is 30 years. I is 6%. And we have to assume the scrap value as 10%. But 10% of the construction cost. So construction cost was 2 lakhs. So the scrap value will become 20,000 rupees. So as you can see, we have only asked annual sinking fund. So annual sinking fund, we have the P factor C minus S into I divided by 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So we'll get the annual sinking fund value as 2,277 rupees. The answer is 2,277 rupees. Yes, we don't have to calculate the book value. Until and unless you have asked for book value, you don't have to calculate the interest. If you are asked for the book value, you have to calculate that interest criteria, which we have done in the numerical number 1. But in this case, we have only asked about annual sinking fund. So here is your annual sinking fund. So I hope we are clear about sinking fund method. So this is it. That was all about in today's session. Thank you so much for watching. In case of any query or doubt, you can always contact me on my mail or my number. Thank you.